Okay, before we get to the releases of the week, there's a few things that I want to show you guys. Puma did something really dope, and I think you're gonna like it. We can start off with this hoodie. As you see here, it says "Be Good" and it says 1877 buckets, and that would be cool in itself. But if you look at the back, it's actually ET. It's actually ET. That's super dope. But more than that, it came with this pair of ET shorts. So it's literally, let me get the mouse and the keyboard out of there. Like, see from the top camera over here. Can you see that? Yeah. Like, it's literally the ET scene from when he's inside all of the teddy bears and it's on a pair of shorts. I cannot wait until summer comes back around so I can actually rock these. Look at that. That is super clean. Has some logos here, like the ET logo on the sleeve. Just really, it's really dope. But that's not it. If you're really a big ET fan, they have pants, literal cargo pants that have scenes from the ET movie on them. I don't know if you can, if you know the movie ET, you probably recognize some of the frame grabs that are on these pants. That is just great, just really well done to the Puma team. But that's not it. There's actually this vest too, super thick, which is perfect for this time of year. Very appropriate for the winter months. But the back of it is where this one really cooks. That is the most famous scene in almost any movie right there. And if you have the whole thing opened up, it kind of wraps around the whole scene. But I am a big fan of science fiction movies. And I know E.T. isn't really like a big science fiction movie, but the themes and having an alien in it, it will, like, as a kid, when you see something like that, it kind of opens up your world to the possibility of what's happening outside of the world in the universe. It was just super cool. And I love that right there on the back. But that's not it. The piece that I actually really, really love is this t-shirt. Just a t-shirt with ET on it. It says "Phone Home Now 1877 buckets." On the back, it has some logos there. Now, I'm not familiar with who's actually doing this collection with Puma. It just literally just showed up in the mail. So shout out to the team over at Puma for sending this over. It has the landline phone right there. Just really, I'm really excited by this, obviously. And you could tell, again, the hoodie is super clean, super clean. I'm gonna be wearing this a ton in videos, so you guys might get tired of seeing me wear this in videos. Anyway, let's get to the actual sneakers that are releasing this week. And there's a bunch of different stuff, some that I'm familiar with, some that I'm not super familiar with. So we're kicking things off this week with an online release of a Vans collab with K-pop Demon Hunters. If you're looking for another sign that nobody, literally nobody, expected this movie to pop off like it did, this collab coming months after it dropped on Netflix is proof. I mean, we're just now getting official Huntrix Funko Pops and bootleg blind box toys, but if you had most kids under the age of 16, they knew this was gonna be a banger from the jump. So I'm gonna murder some of these names, absolutely destroy them. So please forgive me. So first up, we have the K-pop Demon Hunters Vans Old School Ramyeon. This is gonna be on December 8th for $75. These actually look pretty cool. I'm not mad at these at all. Then you have the Huntrix pair, which is also dropping on December 8th. Those are gonna cost you $75. So you have the Demon Hunters Vans Skate High Huntrix, that's going to be on the 8th for $75. Then you have the boys, Saja boys in the Demon colorway. Those are going to be on the 8th for $75. You have the Vans Slip-On in the Derpy and Sussy colorway. Those are going to be on the 8th for 60 bucks. And then they're actually getting pairs for little kids as well. So the little kids get the Vans Old School Ramyeon on December 8th for $55. And then they also have the Slip-On in the Derpy for $45. Saja boys, that's an actual like adult sizes, and that's going to be for $85 on the 8th. But there's also going to be a slip-on in the Huntrix colorway on December 8th for $70. So there's a bunch of different colorways. I don't really know much about this. I've watched it a little bit, but people are going crazy for it, and Vans got the collab on it, which seems like the most appropriate brand to collab with them and not just some big brand. This feels more authentic, for lack of a better word, no pun intended. Anyway, moving on. New Balance has a Stone Island cleat. This is the Furon Elite V8 cleat. This is going to be on December 8th for $225. That gold looks absolutely crazy, but I imagine that looks so dope on the field. Although, you know, we'll see. Next up, we have the Nike Air Diamond Rejuvenate. This is going to be in black on December 9th for $135. You can also get it in green and silver for $135 as well. I'm a bigger fan of the green and silver than I am of the black, but you guys let me know which colorway you actually like. Next up, we have the women's Nike Total 93. This is in olive oil. This is going to be on the 9th for $125. Definitely in that low profile shoe vibe that's been going on a lot right now. A lot of people are into that, and a lot of brands are making shoes in that lane, so this fits right into that lane. Next up, we have the Nike Zoom GT Cut 3 Milk and Cookies. This is a Jordan Poole PE. This is going to be on the 9th for $200. So this is Washington Wizards guard Jordan Poole. Wait, let me check my notes. Yeah, damn. He got traded already. Who could have seen that coming? Anyways, New Orleans Pelican guard Jordan Poole gets a retail release of his Milk and Cookies PE that he's worn on the court. It's pretty straightforward with the chocolate chip cookie covered upper with its hits of blue to break it up, and a hand-drawn illustration of a milk carton graphic on the heel. I didn't think Nike would go that far to represent that Poole's game has been MIA since his face met Draymond's fist, but, you know, here we are. Sorry, I gotta take shots. Next up, we have Solomon's ACS Pro 20-year anniversary. This is gonna be on the 9th for $200. Shout out to Solomon as their profile continues to grow, and they are celebrating the 20th anniversary of one of their iconic silhouettes in gold. I don't know if that sample tag is going to be included in the package, but I hope it does, so it gives casual fans a small peek into the behind-the-scenes process of producing these kicks. Back on the Nike side, we have the Nike Shox R4 in black and metallic silver. This is gonna be on the 10th for $155. This is, you know, it's nice. I'm not mad at that. They're really pushing the Shox right now, so we'll see how much those actually pop off. Next up, we have the cool Nike Air Max Go Dome. It's on the comeback trail this week with a pony hair 2-pack in black and cow print, white and brown, known colloquially as the Nike boot in the DMV, courtesy of sneakerhead luminary Wale. The Nike boot was a staple of the area during the 2000s. The boots recently got a revival and a Friends and Family collab with Wale to celebrate his new album, but sadly, we won't be getting our hands on the collab, but we do get this pony hair pack, which is not a bad consolation prize if you ask me. I'm all for it. So you have the Nike Air Go Dome in the pony hair black. That's going to be on the 11th for $230. Then you also have it in the pony hair, in the cow print with pony hair. The cow print with pony hair. Yeah, those are going to be on the 11th as well, and this is going to cost you $230. Now, switching it up to the Kobe side of things, we have the Nike Kobe 6 Pro Statue of Liberty. This is a Jalen Brunson PE. These are dropping on the 11th for $190. Now, we've talked about this on Hard Pass before that maybe sneaker companies need to lay off the obvious teal and copper Statue of Liberty sneakers, but with the same breath, we can't deny that these Kobe's look pretty dope. A PE made for Jalen Brunson. This will be the first of his mini player exclusives to actually release to the public. Now, for the kids, or for the grown kids, the SpongeBob SquarePants has got a movie dropping this weekend, so you know what that means, Crocs and Adidas collabs. First up is the Adidas twofer that features Patrick and the Superstar because, and obviously, that makes sense for him to be in the Superstar, and SpongeBob in the Stan Smith remix of his trademark black shoes. And the new Crocs, well, they'll feature the big three of SpongeBob, Patrick Star, and Squidward tentacles. I'm personally a Mr. Krabs guy myself. Obviously, you see from the red that I'm wearing today, but we'll let that slide this time. While SpongeBob and Patrick's clogs are more of your like traditional fare, you can see from these, there's not a lot going on, but they really speak to what we expect to get from a SpongeBob SquarePants collab. The Squidward clog is a little bit more by doing away with the pack of gibbets and just slapping his face on there, so you get like his nose. I guess his face is really the gibbets on those, I guess. Would you guys consider that? Yeah, I guess his face is the gibbets. So if you're big gibbets fans, you don't get him with that one, but you get his face. Either way, so the Patrick Star Superstar, which is this colorway here in the pink, that's going to cost you $130. And then the Adidas Stan Smith Fresiet SpongeBob SquarePants. That's going to be on the 10th for $140. And these really look like dress shoes. I like them with the white laces, but if you put black laces in those, you could just wear those as dress shoes. Now, as for the clogs, you have the SpongeBob SquarePants pair, which is this yellow pair here. Those are going to cost you $70. You have the Patrick Star pair on the 11th. Those are going to cost you $80. And then you have the Squidward Tentacles pair on the 11th as well. And those will cost you a measly $80. Next up, actually, now that I see them in a bigger picture, they're kind of scary, but it's the Squidward Tentacles pair on the 11th for $80. All right, moving on to basketball, we have the Shea 001 Winter Red. This is a Converse shoe. Obviously, this is going to drop on the 11th for $130. So Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's signature shoe dips their toes into the holiday-themed sneaker drops with this red and green colorway that he will for sure wear for the OKC Thunder's Christmas Day game. As other brands and signature lines have, I guess they've kind of moved away from these types of like Christmas color drops. I'm looking for, you know, more brands to do stuff like this, and I really like that they did this one. Brands are going more neutral with evergreen releases, so props to SGA for bringing it back with a bold look that is made specifically for the holidays. Gallery Department has another collaboration with Vans on the 44 Black. This is going to be on the 11th. So Josue Tomas brand is back with another Art That Kills collab with Vans. The slogan is basically pasted all over the shoe and on the midsole. There's a splatter paint on the toe box following the formula of his earlier cream colored collab this year, and these are really dope, especially if you're an artist. This looks really dope, but I think anybody just rocking these just for the sake of rocking a pair of New Balance, this is going to be super dope. Just, you know, switch out the insoles to something that's a little bit more comfortable, because, you know, wearing these all day long, at least for me, just gets uncomfortable. Next up, we have New Balance. So New Balance has, I really like this. I like this 1300. So New Balance has the 1300 made in the USA. This is the Rich Earth colorway on December 11th for $200. Rich Earth sounds like a pair of shoes that Rick Ross would wear, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just putting the richer that I ever been. Anyway, those are on the 11th for $200. New Balance has this made in the USA colorway of the 992 that I really like as well. These brown colorways are pretty nice for this winter season, I would say. This one is officially called Driftwood Mushroom. Those are going to be on the 11th for $200. Now, the A Ma Maniére Air Jordan 4 Dark Mocha. This is dropping on the 12th for $225. And color us suspicious, as some outlets are reporting that this pair is set to drop this week, while others do not even have it on their calendar for the remainder of 2025. Best thing you can do since we recorded this video is to check the AMA socials all this week to see if you get a confirmation and some actual official imagery instead of speculative leaks that are rarely ever right and create unrealistic expectations, because this is not the image that you want of a shoe. It really gives you no context of what this shoe looks like. So yeah, that's not going to work. Next up, we have the Jordan Tatum 4 Pink Sickle. This is going to be on the 12th for $130. For you Air Max Griffey fans, we have the Air Griffey Max 1 in Freshwater. This is on the 12th for $180. So Griffeys are back in the building, and you kind of love to see it. Kind of a shame it didn't come back during the Seattle Mariners playoff run, so fans can actually complete the throwback look. But then again, they'll be sad once they meet the eventual World Series champion Dodgers anyway. But hey, at least they got their Griffeys back, right? That counts for something. For LeBron, we have the Nike LeBron 23 Heat Wave on the 12th for $210. So this is the next collaboration, or I shouldn't say collaboration, I would say celebration in the whole LeBron Heat series that consists of the Heatles, which is Bron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. There's a Heatles logo on the heel, but the rest of the sneaker is actually more about the city of Miami and the Art Basel celebration that takes place around this time of year. So there's really, it's heels, but it's not. I don't know. I don't get it, but either way, you can grab that pair if you're into it. Puma has the MB-05 Shine dropping on the 12th for $130. And then we have the Air Jordan 11 Gamma. This is on the 13th for $235. So after decades of being relegated to the depths of sneaker obscurity, there is a surprising amount of kids who are loving this retro drop as it reminds them of their childhood, which is dope. Meanwhile, for those of us who were following this release like it was their job back then, knew that the reception of these from the older generation, let's just say, left a lot to be desired. A wave of Gen Zers and young millennials will be psyched for this drop, while those in the older age bracket will wonder why these are a big deal and it truly wasn't popping like other Jordan 11s that released at the time. So if you're younger, you're probably for these. If you're older, probably not. And finally, we have Atmos Solomon XT4 OG Gore-Tex Stars Collide 2. That is a long name. These are dropping on the 13th, and honestly, good luck finding these for less than triple retail price after the drop. Following in the footsteps of the 2023 original Stars Collide collab, the sequel opts for a more literal interpretation of the stars on the upper instead of the childlike way that they were drawn on them. So if you want those are going to be available, but they're going to be super hard to get, I imagine, and expect to pay, again, triple retail when these drop on December 13th. Anyway, that's it. Big shout out to Puma for the ET gear. I'm really loving it, and I really love these shorts and this shirt. Man, this is so dope. This is so cool. I don't know why ET stuff is so cool to me, but this is so cool. Shout out to Steven Spielberg. Anyway, let me know what I missed. If there's a sneaker that you think should be on the list that I didn't include on the list, include it down in the description below, or let me know what you're copping. Anyway, I'm Jacques Slade. As always, I appreciate you. Make sure you click one of these videos right here because YouTube is telling me, actually they're telling you, that you want to watch one of these. I don't know what the videos are. I just know that this is what YouTube is saying you want to watch based on the algorithm. So let me know with the 2 videos that pop up for you, are they the videos you want to watch? Either way, I'm Jacques Slade. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.